Hello, everyone. This is Kalela here. I'm very excited to share my concept with you about the Lover's Ghost, which is a folk tale from the Magyar tribes. They are now known, they're part of the Hungarian community. So let's get started. So, the lover's ghost, the concept that I have for it is the story reveals that some will do anything to feel the love of a loved one again in a harmful manner instead of just letting it go. So, Judith's fiance goes off to war and she waits and waits and waits for him to return, but he never does. So, instead of just kind of letting it go, she seeks for answers about what happened to her fiance, which is something that we would all do as humans. So, the 2 points that I wanted to explore while working on this piece is dreams versus nightmares. So, in the beginning of the folktale, there's a quote, they were as happy together as a pair of turtle doves in the wood. And then later on in the folktale, there's, instead of following him, she ran away as fast as her feet would carry her. So in the beginning of the folktale, you can see that the two lovers are in love. They're like in a dream world. Judith is on cloud nine. She is just so happy and ecstatic to be with John. However, her nightmare begins when she's running away from her fiance because she has summoned his spirit, and she's like, wait a second, I don't want to be a part of this. So her dream goes away when she realizes that she kind of did a rut row and summoning his spirit. The way I wanted to symbolize this is pinks and red lights when we see the lovers in their dream state and they're being in love. When we're in love, it's like a dream almost. So I wanted to do that, but then combat, like, kind of contrast that with grays and dark lighting when she's in the graveyard, which will be like her nightmare. So then we come down to darkness versus light, which the 2 quotes that I have here is, as it will be full moon tomorrow night, go into the cemetery, my dear girl, and ask the gravedigger to give you a human skull. So that's encompassing that darkness. But just as they were about to lay hands upon her, the cock in the loft began to crow and announced daybreak, and the 2 dead men disappeared. However, what contrasts that is the light. When daybreak comes, the ghosts disappear. They're gone. So Judith then is able to get rid of her husband's spirit, and in doing that is because the light came upon. So the difference between what happens in the light and the darkness, it shows how Judith went to such an extreme to find the love of her life again, but realized like it was a big mistake. She's so encapsulated in this dream and this love and this light. So with those pinks and reds again, and any general wash that is decided to be used, she is so encompassed in this dream. And then when she gets to her nightmare, there's the darkness, which would be used with those grays and the dark lighting. And what's so ironic is that her husband, her dead fiance, excuse me, wants her to find the light as in death. Which I thought about that and I was like, oh, that's wild. But she doesn't want that. She's not about that life. So when daybreak comes, it saves her from that darkness, which is what the nighttime will bring. So in addition, I also wanted to focus on music throughout the piece because music is such an effective way to communicate how we feel about someone. And I wanted the song that the two lovers dance to in the beginning to be the song that also Judith dances to by herself as with John, his spirit. And the repetition of movement will illustrate the connection that they shared. So let's go over to some images here, and you can see these pinks and reds, like the pinkish red that will show flirtation and love and cutesiness, and then we have like the darkness and graveyards and foggy. And I also like the blues, like the dark blue that come is encompassed in these 2 images as well, and kind of the bluish green in this one as well. So playing with those different textures of light will be phenomenal. So yeah, that is my concept for The Lover's Ghost. I hope you enjoyed, and I cannot wait to work with everyone in this production. It's gonna be great. Thanks, guys.